So I saw this at my parents. They had this remote control for their ceiling fan, you know, the ceiling fan. And I thought this is quite confusing. Mm-hmm. So it has H, M, and L. What do you think that means?
High, medium, and low.
Okay, yeah, high, medium, low. Has an off and has a button for I think that's a light.
Okay.
But H, M, and L, it confused me initially. It took me a while to figure out what those mean. And also, imagine if you are the company that's selling these, H, M, and L only make sense in English. It means you can't sell them to other countries where they have other languages, where high, medium, and low might not mean the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, it's in a weird order, I think. I would expect it to be in low, medium, then high. You know, like gradually going up in order of...
Also, it's not a scale, is it? Because it's in a circle. There's no real beginning and end to the cycle.
That's it, yeah. That's why I thought it should be in a scale of fastness.
Okay.
Okay, so I want you to get a pen.
Yeah. Are we going to both do this, or just me?
I can do it as well.
Okay.
I want you to draw your most ideal interface to control the speed of a ceiling fan.
Okay.
On a remote control. Yeah?
Okay, so the same functionality as
what I've just showed you.
Do we need to think about the light as well?
No, don't worry about the light.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, because that can just be an on and off button. Put the light on if you want to put the light on.
I feel like we need to, yeah.
But the fan needs to be able to be turned on and off, and 3 different speed settings.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. You get started. I'll get my own pen.
Okay. So I've already thought of something that I don't like about my own design that I've done here.
I've done a bad one. I'm going to start again. I'm starting again! Right, I'm done.
Right, I've already made a mistake. I know I've made a mistake on my own. But
do you want to redraw it?
No, it's fine, because I think we want to discuss this and critique each other, so I'm almost pleased that I've made a mistake here.
Okay, show me yours. Go on, show me it.
So I'll turn this around and show it, so hopefully the camera can see that.
Yeah, okay. Hold it a bit closer to the camera, maybe. Okay. So look.
So this is what I've got. Okay?
Right. Explain it to me.
So, 3 fan speeds. I'm not 100% pleased with these icons that I've shown, but the idea is that there's some basic icon of a fan showing it at 3 different speeds. So you get the idea that, like, that's a fast-moving fan. Like, I've used these little marks here. I don't really like that, but you'd have to work on better iconography for that.
Okay.
But the idea is iconography, yeah, okay. Off, right?
Where's the on?
Where's the on?
Where's the on?
Well, you don't need an on, because pressing one of these is going to make fan go that speed.
Ah, okay.
But I retrospectively don't like the fact that it says off.
No, I think that's good, because off is a speed.
Well, no, but
it's just not a speed.
Translation, it doesn't translate, does it? So I think I'm going to cross that out, and I'm going to say that it should be the same fan icon, but instead with a cross through it, like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah?
So no fan, slow fan,
no
medium
fan, slow fan, medium fan, high fan, right? And then this button at the bottom here is showing toggle between light and no light.
How do you know if it's on or off?
So I was thinking about this. So if it was practical, I would have the buttons glow to show you which is selected.
Okay.
Maybe not practical because it would run the battery out on the remote, so you'd maybe have to think about that.
Yeah, but without that, there's no way of knowing which one is currently selected.
But that's like a problem with remotes in general, isn't it? Like with your TV remote, it
doesn't show state.
Yeah,
it doesn't show that button is currently down.
Because showing state would involve using battery power, right?
Right, do you want me to show you mine?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, mine's actually very similar to yours. I wasn't copying, honestly.
Okay.
But instead of using the fan icon, because I tried to do a fan icon, then it didn't look like a fan. So I just went with a dot, and then 2 dots means more, 3 dots means more than that.
Well, this is quite abstract. Are people going to... Like, if you picked up that remote and you had, like, in a pile of remotes, maybe TV remotes and stuff, you would have no idea that was for a ceiling fan. Would you?
Yeah,
like,
okay,
you
true.
Wouldn't actually, like, unless someone told you that's the ceiling fan remote, you'd be like, what does this control?
Maybe I could put a fan picture down there so you know it's for the fan.
Okay.
Okay, and I've put the on and off, and that's a rocker switch.
A physical rocker switch?
Yeah, so that you know if it's on or if it's off.
Okay, like physical switch, but I've got a problem with this practically.
Why?
So, normally with a remote control, they work infrared.
Yeah.
Maybe it doesn't have to be infrared, but normally they're infrared. And what that does is when the user presses a button on it, it sends an infrared pulse, right?
Yeah.
To tell the fan to go on or off.
Oh,
right?
okay.
What if you weren't pointing it at the fan at the time? Like you had it pointing downwards, and you pressed off, and the physical rocker switch would move, but then actually the fan's still going, and then you point it at it, and you're like, I don't know what to do now, because you'd have to rocker it back to on and then off again to make it repulse. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, because these buttons also were going to depress so that you know which one is on.
Like an old cassette player.
Yeah, like a cassette player. Oh yes, they would. You press them in, and then you'd be able to see that they are in.
Yeah.
So that you always know which one is currently set.
So I love that, but like I said, I think that only works if, for example, you had.
Do you think the technology wouldn't allow it?
Maybe.
But this is the ideal solution.
A bit like the way that in mine, the lighting up the buttons probably wouldn't be possible. I feel like for yours...
Because it would run the battery down.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so would you like to see some examples of existing ceiling fan remote controls?
Yes, go on.
So this one here.
Yeah.
Up light, button.
Yeah.
Low, medium, high, all next to each other, which I think is quite good because that goes in the order of like reading order.
Yeah.
Low, medium, high.
Yeah.
Fan off.
Yeah.
Big button for off. So that has an off button but not an on button, just like yours. I was thinking about turning it on, but actually, you're right. The act of choosing a low, medium, or high setting is enough to turn it on, isn't it? So you don't need an on button.
Yeah. You could actually, by the way, you could do away with the 4 buttons, so off, low, medium, and high, and just have 2. You could just have faster and slower.
What? And so it incrementally goes faster and faster?
Yeah, so it's off, and you press faster, and it would go to the first speed, and faster again, and it would go to the second speed.
Yeah, but if you wanted to make it slower, if you wanted to turn it off, you'd have to go down, 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 as in slow, slow,
yeah,
slow, slow,
okay,
slow,
that is
slow.
more annoying, but it removes some buttons.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
It would also allow, actually, if the manufacturer decided, actually, now we're going to have 5 speeds, you wouldn't need to redesign the remote control for the 5th speed.
Yeah, of course.
You could also, actually, have it so that the light became a dimmer light, and you could have it so that you could press fan control faster, faster, then you could press light control brighter, brighter. You could use the same buttons for brightness.
You're getting far too complicated.
Yeah,
You're far too complicated there. Okay, so this one has high, medium, low, and off, which is exactly the same as yours, really. They're just using the words high, medium, and low, which they would obviously have to translate if they wanted to go to other countries. But what this one has is a reverse.
Why?
To reverse the fan.
Why?
I don't know. If you didn't want air coming down, you want it to suck air away.
Weird.
Don't know. So that one's the closest to yours.
Mm-hmm.
So this one we've got high, medium, low, all in one. But they kind of
That's weird because they encircle the light button.
They encircle the light button
down there. Like I would switch the off and the light button on that.
Yeah. Also, why would the light button be so prominent?
Also, these have all got printed lettering on that's quite easy to read, whereas that's got a 3D symbol that would easily be felt by someone who has had sight problems, but you can't hardly see it.
That's a good point, actually. If you're in the dark, for example, or blind, you might want to be able to feel the buttons.
Well, that actually is a good point, thinking about it, going back to my design, and possibly your design as well, is if you pick this up in the dark, you wouldn't know the orientation, and you wouldn't know whether, for example, you were holding it this way up or this way up with my design. So actually quite a bad flaw in my design, and it's something that would be quite easily solved by if you notice a lot of remotes have like a shape, don't they?
This one's got like a horseshoe shape. Maybe that's the reason why, so that you can definitely tell.
But even the
which
remote itself is more slender at one end than the other, so without even looking at it, you can tell.
I assume that's to fit in your hand.
My design, thinking about it, is actually terrible as we've thought about it. Can I do it again at the end after having learnt some stuff?
No.
Oh.
Okay, so this one here, so we've got speeds 1, 2, and 3 instead of high, medium, low. So it's going up in increments.
Yeah.
And also, what's interesting about this is the buttons get slightly larger.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
That's quite good.
Yeah.
So again,
like
you could feel that in the dark. You could feel the larger button. You know that's got the most spinniness.
I feel like this is making me feel really stupid about my own design. I'm not pleased with my own.
That's fine. That's fine. It's a learning thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, the same.
Buttons in increasing size. Off is the smallest.
Yeah.
This light here it's kind of a rocker switch. Well, it's not really a rocker.
So it can do brightness.
But it can increase the brightness, so you can go up.
Yep. I have no idea what the symbols on that one mean. Footstep. What's that all about?
It's not a footstep. That's a light bulb.
Oh, well, it looks like a picture of a foot.
Of a footprint.
Footprint.
Yeah. So this has, just like you were saying before, a plus and minus.
Yeah.
So you can go up, 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 as in faster, faster. And it has lights at the top showing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
So there's 6 speeds there. And then to turn it off, you would press the international button of on-off, which is the same as on your TV remote.
Mm-hmm.
All right, what about this one here? Instead of going with numbers or words, they've gone with Roman numerals.
Why? And they're in a circle, so at a glance you have to think about Roman numerals before you can even see where that starts and which way around it goes.
Yeah,
So it goes round clockwise,
yeah,
so the lowest speed is right next to the highest speed.
yeah.
That's
And why does
horrible.
it start bottom left? Why not start at the top? If it is like a clock face, why not start at 12 o'clock and move round?
I don't know, it doesn't really have much logic. I like the stops in the middle though, that's nice.
You say it's stop, it's a stop as in a TV remote stop, isn't it? Like
Yes.
a VCR square stop.
Yeah, but that's fairly well understood as being stop.
I think so.
Although, I do know someone that doesn't get those standard symbols, which amazes me. But
Well, can't win them all.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one, again, has the dots, as in lit dots, to show
okay,
the
but
speed.
we just press that and it cycles through, I assume.
Yes.
The options.
So it's one button for all speeds,
Mm-hmm.
and you keep pressing it to toggle the speed.
So if you wanted to go from speed 2 to speed 1, you'd have to press it like once, twice, 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a bit, I don't know.
So it has to get faster before it gets slower.
Yes. That's weird, isn't it? Don't know. Strange, that one. Okay, how do you feel? Do you want to redraw yours again?
Yes. Am I allowed to?
No. Which one of these would be your favourite? Just point to one which you think is the best.
Which one is... well, I'd like to combine elements of them all, really.
Okay.
So if you go back one...
Yeah.
So I like this indicator light here. I think that's a nice...
Yeah, because you know which one it's currently set to.
Yes. Although I also like the buttons that relate to the actual speed.
Yeah.
I like the ones that have a shape that means that just by picking it up, the remote control is shaped in a way that you know you're holding it the right way up.
Yeah.
So I think probably the best overall would be maybe, I don't know, probably that is the best one that's on here, I think.
Yeah, the one with the buttons.
That with the indicator on it, I'd probably put the indicator next to the buttons, like a little coloured dot next to each of these buttons.
What if the button itself lit up? I think that would be quite useful.
That would be ideal. I'm just
It'd run your battery down.
maybe the technical limitation. I
Yeah.
don't know. It'd be good if it had like a motion sensor in the actual remote as well, so that like as soon as you, because you could turn the lights off,
Yeah.
but then just by picking it up, it would turn the lights on and then show you.
Oh, I
which
see what you mean. Yeah, okay. Like your phone lights up sometimes if you pick it up.
Yeah, so you pick up the remote control and it lights up the one that's currently selected, and then you put it back down again, and after say 20 seconds, it would go off again to stop the battery from running out by having a light on all the time.
Wow. Who would have thought that there's so much variation in such a simple control?
Yeah. So do you disagree with what we've said? Do you have a different opinion about what would make a good fan controller? Then let us know in the comments.
I don't know if there's a right or a wrong answer, really.
Yeah.
I mean, we've obviously found flaws in what we initially thought was a good idea,
Yes.
but then there's also flaws in probably each of the examples that we found as well.
Yeah, I don't think any of these is perfect.
But some are certainly better than others.
Yeah.
I think it's a complicated problem to solve, really.
Even though
Despite
you've only
being-
really got a couple of buttons to play with.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's true.
Anyway, thank you for watching this. If you thought this was interesting, click on the subscribe button.
If you've got a good idea about something else we should make a video about, then let us know in the comments and maybe that will make our next video. We also have a podcast where we talk about usability things and we mock bad design, so have a listen. It's in your podcast app.
Or Spotify and Google Podcasts and Apple Podcasts.
Yes, and all the others. So yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye.